Hold on for one moment. I know, guys, this is the exact same video as last week, and if you watched last week's video, if you want right now, you can click off, but please do not click off, because I have to tell you this very important message. So, next week, I'm going to be finishing the Far Cry 5 series, I think, and I'm also going to release, when the day this comes out, like the day right before that, the rap is going to be released, and I really want you guys to check that one out because I've been working hard on it. And anyways, let's get on to today's GTA 5 video. So, guys, in the last video, honestly, I called this video the car review, okay? And I was like, why the hell would I call that? And there was no voiceover in it. I mean, I know exactly why I recorded it, but this is a long time ago video that I have to do overvoice for, and I didn't have time for last time because I was so busy making other videos for you guys that I accidentally didn't get time to do it, okay? Now, there's going to be a reason. I'm going to explain this, like, right now. Why? So, the reason why I could not give you guys like a full video with me speaking in it is because I was working on the Far Cry 5 video before that, okay? And really, honestly, those videos take a long time to record, especially now since I'm recording in clips. That is right, guys. If you would watch my Far Cry 5 series, or if you don't, I now record in clips, and I record it in great clips, and I finally found a way how to finally record that you guys love, like, and watch in other videos. Just like, let's say, for instance, people like PewDiePie, Quibblecop, Slogoman, Jelly, Mumbo Jumbo, couple other people, but mainly they record in clips. So I thought maybe I'd try out this way of recording. It's actually kind of easy, kind of hard too, but I love myself a good challenge. But anyways, in this video, guys, even though I'm constantly switching subjects, we are going to be talking about the vehicle. Is that right? That is right. This is the vehicle preview. I am showing you guys exactly what these vehicles do. So this is the Scramjet, if I remember correctly, because I haven't played GTA 5 for a long time, and it has bunny jump and jet boost. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this car. It is amazing to use. You can really scare your friends with it. It has missiles, machine guns, just out of your ordinary weapons. And I know that this car has been out for a long time, but I thought that I'd make this video about these cars. Anyways, it has amazing acceleration, but get this, the boosts on this vehicle are way longer than the Vigilante. So, yes, the Vigilante in a boost race may win because it has more boosts and it recharges a little bit slower, but it has constancy. This one really doesn't. And on the other hand, this one has jump boost. So if you have the Ruiner 2000, I mean, there's no really comparison about this one, other than the fact that it has both abilities. That is basically it. And then the tires are basically what you just put on it. The liveries are classic. You could have your favorite monologue from, like, Bubblegum Girl, or, like, I forget her name, but anyways. Now, this vehicle, it's kind of unique in a way because it's from a movie. I can't remember the movie, but if you guys remember the movie, go ahead and comment down in the comment section, because I forget that movie, and I love that movie. It was a great movie. They got this idea off of that car. And, that's what you're seeing in this view right now. I mean, you're seeing that exact curves. You're seeing the exact nose and the lights. It's from that Speeder movie. So let's say if this car was white and if it had a big red circle on the hood with a number 1, I believe it was, or 7, and a guy in a white suit with a W suit, I believe it was, then yeah, that's the movie that I'm talking about. But I forget that movie. But yeah, in other wars, yeah, its missile capacity is around about, I'd say around about 40 to 60 missiles, I think. It's either 20 to 40 or 40 to 60. And the weapon capacity is just as strong as the Vigilante, so there's not really any comparison. Moving on, there is, well, its speed, its acceleration is great, but in a race, I wouldn't really choose this vehicle. But I got it just for you guys, and I thought, oh well, oh well, and yeah, when I was testing it out, apparently this thing only takes 1 minute to blow up, so it's very, very weak, surprisingly. I thought that it'd be very strong as soon as it released, but it isn't. It is actually very, very weak. Not strong, it's very weak. Wow, I made that flip pretty well. But other than that, guys, I am driving to the airport to grab my another vehicle. I'll see you once I get there. So, guys, I really hope that you liked that song there. I thought that I'd try something new out. And anyways, if you liked the video so far, go ahead and hit that like sub button. But anyways, we are going to get on to the second vehicle out of the fourth today. Like I said, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And yeah, I really can't say anything else about that. But talking about this vehicle, this is a jet. Especially, it's a great jet. And what I mean by a great jet is that, well, this jet, you get the same abilities almost as the Hydra. Except get this, you get the ability of the Hydra cannon, the Hydra missiles, and the Hunter helicopter barrage missiles. Now, when I tried this, I was like, whoa, that is insane. And speaking about insane, this vehicle is just overall deadly. And it's deadly because it could go really fast, right about the same speed of a Hydra, I think, or maybe just a tiny bit faster. Its landing is great, since I'm an amazing pilot and I'm great at this, and for all you guys who are not great pilots, it's also great for you, because if you try and crash bomb it, it'll crash bomb, but if you just pull up in the right time, it's actually pretty fast that you'll actually land pretty easily with this thing. Now, I believe I go into first person around about here, yeah. So in first person, it looks cool. It looks like an actual fighter jet. And if you didn't see back there, you can look back. It has all of the things, and it says missile, barrage, cannon, wheels up, wheels down. It says all of that stuff. If you've missed that, but that's what it says, and it's pretty cool, this jet, in a way, because, Well, I mean, it's just cool. It's very fast, and I'd say that it's purely legit. So, there's not really much else to say about this vehicle other than its armor, so I'm going to talk about the rest of that stuff. So, its armor, it could take like one missile like usually every plane can. But there's something different about this. If you hit it from a certain angle with a missile, it'll actually only take out one jet, but if you hit it at the center, it'll take out both. But if you hit it at one side, it'll only take out one side of it, which means that you have the other side to kind of control from, if you get what I mean. Shown in that shot there when I did that barrel control, I was just proving how much control I had in both things. Now, I fly low because I wanted to get a good sense of like if I crash it, how good it is flying around the city, and you can see from how fast I'm going. This is the maximum speed right here that I actually go pretty decently fast. And the barrage missiles could be used for an attack thing. The standard homing missiles could be used for average bowling or missions, and then the cannon could be used as a cannon. But it has a cool lock-on system, as you see there. It has very cool lock-on systems, and as you've seen right there, it's blown up. But as you've seen, I took out one set of the wings, and I still had some control until I crashed. Then it blew up. But yeah, it's a pretty good plane overall. It also has air bombing. It also has smokes that you could have coming out the back of it. I didn't have it in this video because, well, I just didn't have it in this video. But
hello, this is Morse
yeah,
Mutual Insurance.
I think right now I'm ordering up the third vehicle. The third vehicle, you may have seen this around, and this video may be late by a month or so. But if you are still watching, these vehicles, I bought them as soon as they came out, and I created this video, like I said, but I didn't have audio. So now you're getting the full thing, full price, and that is the Menacer right there. The Scramjet, the Menacer, the Oppressor Mark II, the Terabyte, and the B-11 Strike Force. Anyways, right now we are going into the Menacer. Now, let's talk about this vehicle. This vehicle is, as you see, it's very boxy. It has a box-like shape. I'd say it's good for cruising around if you want some protection, but just like the Insurgent, people can shoot you out of the front window. That's the only thing that sucks about it. Now, its minigun, on the other hand, I didn't test it out on the other players in the session because I didn't want to troll them. But mainly, the minigun, per seconds that it blows up vehicles, cars-wise, I'll do this in a little bit of a scale right now, but car-wise, it takes around about 0.7 seconds to blow up, and for a truck, it takes around about 0.987 seconds to blow up. Now, I know that that's close to 1 second, but that's its averaged number. And for a armored vehicle, it takes around about 3 to 6 seconds or 9 seconds, depending on the vehicle and what type of situation you're in. Now, this thing has also machine guns on the front, and that's really it. It takes one missile to blow up, and it's almost useless. But, of course, I bought it. The next vehicle. Let's take a look at the Oppressor Mark II. One of the greatest vehicles that I'd say that had to enter GTA. Now, the reason why I say this vehicle had to enter GTA and it's greatest, mainly because, not of that, even though it is only a one-hit missile blow-up system, but I think I call it right back up here, I'm not sure, but it is the greatest vehicle because it takes you around everywhere. Just basically, if you've seen Mr. Boss's videos, it's basically the same thing as our Oppressor Mark 1, but it has a couple enhancements. Like the fact that it can hover. So, I think that I've covered all 4 vehicles. I gotta think here. We've done the Scramjet, the B-11 Strike Force, the Menacer, and the Oppressor Mark II. Now, continuing on with the Mark II, this thing can hover up to a certain thing. It can hover up to a certain height, and then it just starts to, like, fall, just like any other Titan. Now, what I'm driving up to right here is the Terabyte. So, the Terabyte. Let's talk about the Terabyte. The Oppressor Mark II fits inside of the Terabyte. Now, I was very surprised about this. I mean, kind of and kind of not, 50-50 on it. But, yeah, the Oppressor Mark II fits in the Terabyte, and you can only customize it in the Terabyte. I'm like, what? That's so strange. And when you can only customize it in the Terabyte, I'm like, that's even more strange. So now we're going to take a look at a couple of its customizations. So the armor, well, it's just normal for armor. But, yeah, if you logged on for a certain week, I believe that you would have got the blue Tartarian camo livery. I said that totally wrong, but anyways, you would have got that livery. If you didn't, oh well, you snooze, you lose. But anyways, for weapons, it has a surprising .50 caliber minigun on it that you could choose that just blows up just like the Hydra, except it's a tiny bit more weak. And then it has missiles, and then it has machine guns. So it's pretty strange, and its normal thing for selling it is yeah, like $2 million. But like I said about the weapons, explosive MG, the machine gun, or the homing missiles. But I believe that is truly it about the Oppressor Mark II, other than the fact that it has a boosting system too. But now I believe that I've done all 4 vehicles, so now it's time to talk about the big boy, the big bad boy. That's right, the Terabyte. Now, the Terabyte has a couple of things on it that I'm surprised about. Now, this big blue board right here is where you command center from, where you start up missions. And that system over there is where you control the homing missile, and then the other one is to control the drone system. So onto the vehicle itself. You can only customize this in the nightclub on the 5th floor. But once you do get that, all of it, then you have a couple things with it. The Terabyte can, first of all, scan people if you try to turn on your headlights, is what I first of all done. And it just scans people. It just scans people. Now I thought, wait, I can't turn on my headlights? You can only turn on your headlights during missions or during the night by holding the button. Now, I was very confused about this by first, but then I finally learned out, and it took me around about a week to get this thing working operable. Now, I'm going to take it on the highway, and I'm taking it for a nice speed test. And the wheels that I have on it are that a good friend suggested that I have on it, because let's say that you take this thing into the mountains or into the rocky things, them wheels are going to help you. And I mostly go into the Rocky Mountains a lot into that game. So its speed overall is actually quite, I gotta think about this for a moment. I seen it in a Mr. Boss video. I think that the Terabyte is slower than the MOC. Oh yeah, that's right. It is slower than the MOC. Reason being because of this, because the MOC has a cab and then a mobile operation center, so it's way more light. As in Terabyte, it's a big camper box, basically. It's a big Hot Wheels box that you put all your little cars into. Speaking about the interior, it's just a normal car video. But anyways, guys, that is all I have to say about this. So, I am Disclose 347, and I am signing off.